What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Burrow77 here to talk some Champions League football. Methane TV, good to see you, brother. Thanks for tuning in. Let's cash for sure. Street cred, what's good? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you tuning in from Josh's Discord, as always. Just a small slice of cake. Let's get it. Fernando, always appreciate you tuning in. Hope Liga MX is treating you well. Saw that Ramos PK shenanigans the other night. That was pretty funny. So always appreciate you guys. We'll start with Aston Villa versus PSG. I lean PSG. I know that they're doing a little bit of rotating here. I still think this PSG lineup's good. I am a little concerned about them leaving the Parc des Princes. And Aston Villa definitely gets the uptick at home. They play a lot better at home than they do away. So I like both teams to score. I like the over 2.5 here as well. I'm looking for something real quick. Player tackles, goalkeeper saves. I don't get fouls here, do I? Oh, well. So, yeah. Villa versus PSG. I like the both teams to score. I like the over 2.5. I lean PSG on the money line. I think PSG team total over 1.5 is a good look as well at -125. PSG first half money line. I'm not sure I want to go there. If I'm being honest with you, I think Aston Villa has to come out and attack and try and get one in the back of the net here. That does leave them open for some counters, but Unai Emery ball, he's very good in tournament football. I'm concerned about a super high-flying first half here. I do think we'll see a goal in the first half, so I don't hate if you want to take goal in both halves. I'm just not 100% sure if it's PSG or Aston Villa. If I'm Aston Villa, my thought process is I need the first goal. I get the first goal. I have the home crowd behind me. We get the energy. We feed off of it, and that will put me within one goal of drawing the match on aggregate. So I'm into the storyline of Aston Villa scoring first, if that makes sense, street cred. Let's get into some player prop stuff because I am getting ready to lock some player props in here. I definitely want to be involved in Morgan Rogers' shot on target. For those of you with Bet365, he's plus 100 there. He's -110 on DraftKings, and that's where I'm going to be betting it. -115 on FanDuel. And that seems to kind of be the market price, is that -115 to -110 area. -125 on Caesars, -167 on BetRivers. So I'm good with this to -115. I'd even call it -120. But I definitely want to be involved in Morgan Rogers' shot on target. He does play a lot better at home. He scored the goal last game. He is in good form and he's firing well. I think if you like Villa to score, I like Morgan Rogers to be involved in the to score or assist. We were talking about it in Discord. I also like Yori Tillemans here playing the 10 instead of in the midfield. He's going to be further up. He's going to be more involved in the plays. So I like Tillemans for a shot on target. And I like McGinn still. I know I talked about him last week. He's a bit of a longer shot here playing right wing for the shot on target. You might be able to find just his single shot at a pretty playable price. So those are some things I'm interested in for Aston Villa. Like I said, I do think they score. It's been good. Haven't bet anything last week. Was super busy. PSG goalkeeper, 4+ saves, +110. I definitely like that a lot. That way you don't have to get involved in individual player shots on target markets either if you don't like. So yeah, I do think Aston Villa is going to put some shots on net here. I think PSG, I don't think it's in their nature to play on the back foot and play in a low block and play defensively. I think they're still going to attack here, and we're going to see a pretty fairly open game plan. Tillyman's 2 shots at plus 140 on FanDuel. I don't hate that, Carlitos. Let me see, make sure that you're not getting ripped off. I think that's a good number, though. But I want to be involved in Rogers' shot on target for sure. I do like Tillyman's 2 shots. Let me see what the best price. That's 1 shot. Yori. Tyrone Mings, Vitania, Hikemi. I like Hikemi shot on target too, by the way. Yori, I got plus 185 on DraftKings, just so you know. Plus 155 MGM. I think you do need to do parlay stuff, though, if you're trying to bet player props on MGM. So plus 185 on DraftKings is the top of the market. Plus 140 is the low end of the market. So it's not that I don't like the bet, Carlitos. I just want to make sure you're aware that that is the low end of the market when it comes across the sports books. 140 FanDuel, 185 DraftKings, 155 MGM, 145 Caesars, 155 Bally's. So yeah, just kind of make sure if you like it, try and get the top of the market price, whatever sports books you have available. What do you think of the total today? A lot of people leaning over. I am leaning over in this game. I'm unsure what to do with the Barcelona game. We'll get there. I've been talking to my boy Bird in Discord, who's a big Barcelona fan. Obviously, I take everything he says through the eyes of he is a Barcelona fan. I'm obviously a Barcelona hater. I'm wearing my Puta Barca shirt again. Yeah, I know I'm wearing the same shirt 2 days in a row for videos, but I don't really give a fuck. So yeah, We'll get into the Barca game a little bit more, but I do like the over here. I think both teams to score over 2.5 is definitely good here. Gonna take McGinn shot on target plus 250 and shot in each half plus 320. I like that. Lopez, shout out Lopez for tuning in. He's over in the Discord. We were talking about this before the game. I did like McGinn shot on target last game. I believe he took one early. I can't remember if he shot again in the second half, but I think those are both good looks here. Lopez for sure. Obviously, plus 250, plus 320, a little longer odds. So taper your expectations and or bets accordingly. Carva over 2.5 shots. Lorenzo, I don't hate it. My thing is I don't want to get involved in high shot volume for anybody here from PSG, because if they score early or if they score 2 here, they are going to sub everybody off. And unless you're playing with Bet365 where they have sub on play on, I'm going to get fucked on that. So if Kvaratskhelia comes out and he scores a goal with his first shot and it's on target and he scores, how much do I really think he's going to be shooting before he gets subbed off second half for Doye or Kenyon Lee? That's my thing. Because if PSG does score the first goal or scores the first 2 goals after halftime, I expect nobody in the starting 11 to be out there. If you go up 4 goals on your away leg in England, you're pretty good. So my big concern here is PSG getting this out of hand and scoring too early. That's my concern, and why I'm not looking for high shot volume. I'm looking for shot on target value. I think Kvaratskhelia for a shot on target, if you have Bet365 at minus 165, is an absolutely great look. I think it makes a really nice parlay piece. He's minus 180 or longer kind of everywhere else, so it does get a little more tricky there. But yeah, I'm not super interested in taking anybody on PSG for 3 shots, especially because they're ahead, and I could see this being a heavy midfield shooting day. I could see Ruiz jacking up a bunch of shots. I could see Vitania jacking up a bunch of shots. I could see Neves jacking up some shots. I could see Hakimi jacking for chicks. I could see them subbing at halftime, bringing on Zaire Emery and him jacking for chicks. I'm not 100% convinced. I don't want to take any specific person for 3, 4, 5, like a high shot volume here on PSG because they have so many shooters. And if they score early, they'll be up 3 goals on aggregate. If they score too early, they'll be up 4 goals on aggregate. And then I'm very concerned about how much they try second half. PSG team total over 1.5, minus 136. Yeah, I mean, that's what, 11 cents of movement away from what we had yesterday. So it looks like money or sharp money or whatever you want to call it, the books are now favoring PSG to score more. So if you think it's going to be high scoring and that it seems that's where the public, or at least that's where the sports books have this going, is walking towards the over again. All we need is 2 goals and it cashed. Yes, sir. Look, I don't hate it. He's Brazilian. He's big. He's big on that back line. He doesn't do it a whole ton. I think he can get his head on one for sure. PSG dominated at home. They had the majority of possession. They kept the ball in their final third a lot. The only thing Aston Villa was able to do was stretch the pitch on a couple of counters. So if you think PSG is going to be ball dominant and in that final third a bunch again on the road in England, and you think they're going to rack up corners, I definitely like Marquinhos for a shot to get his head on one. The other thing I'll mention with Marquinhos is fresh off a yellow card suspension. Might not be a bad look for another yellow card because then you're in the semifinals. I believe cards get wiped after this round too. So if you're Marquinhos, free booking to pick up today. And if you're anybody on Aston Villa, it's a free booking. Matty Cash is good for a booking. Dieng is good for a booking here. Onana, good for a booking look. So yeah, I would say that expect some cards to be flying here, regardless of who the referee is. So I just want to let you guys know I have Morgan Rogers shot on target locked in as we were talking. I do want to be involved in Barcola props. I know I said I do think he is a target for substitution, though, so I'm really only expecting like 65 minutes out of Barcola, but because he was left out of the starting 11 at home in PSG, I do look for him to bounce back here and show that he deserves to be on the pitch over the young bull Doye, who I thought played amazing. I thought he had an absolutely worldy of a goal. So I really do like Doye, but I think this is Barcola's like, hey, show the fuck up, wake up call. Brad, good to see you, my brother. Appreciate you for tuning in as always. Morgan Rogers, 2 shots is a nice price. Yes, sir. I'm taking Rogers shot on target at minus 110 over on DraftKings, and I like his 2 shots price with you. I think we've talked about this before, Brad. I really like Morgan Rogers, and I definitely like him at home. He plays much better at Villa Park, and I do like Villa to score today. So I like him to get on the score sheet as well. Confidence from last game to score an assist, because I do think Villa's scoring today. Again, I do like the both teams to score in the over 2.5. Like I mentioned, I want to be involved in Barcola because I feel like he will be a little bit upset with Doye taking some of his run, especially in that home fixture. Plus 260 for an anytime goal on Barcola over on Caesars is a really, really nice price. That's super top of the market. Plus 220 on FanDuel, plus 195 on DK, plus 180 on BetMGM. So that's almost a full $1 of value compared to BetMGM, Bally's, and Bet Rivers at plus 175. So I do like Barcola to score or assist a lot today. I think that he wants to make an impact after Doye kind of took his start. Dembele anytime goal at plus 155 is going to be a must play. I'm going to lock that in as soon as we're done streaming here. So I will keep it moving over into the Barcelona-Dortmund game. If you guys have any more questions, comments, or concerns about Aston Villa PSG, throw them in chat. I'll be sure to mention them. Dieng shot on a revenge narrative. Since he's a former PSG player. Yeah, I'm always here for the revenge narratives, Alex. That's a really good look. Appreciate you tuning in. I do like the Dieng to take a shot revenge narrative. I'm actually gonna take a quick screenshot of this and throw it in Discord because I think that is a really good point. So appreciate you, Alex. That's a great look. Good look from stream. Bang. Appreciate you, brother. Mendez to have one or more shots. I don't hate that at left back. He should be able to move pretty well. Matty Cash isn't the best defender, and we will see Cash bombing upfield a little bit. So that could leave some nice room for Mendez to work, especially if Ruiz is the one that Villa thinks is going to shoot, which they should because he will. So they'll probably focus on Ruiz a little bit more, freeing up Mendez. So I like that look a lot for sure, Fernando. This is not a Mendem who was yapping about Vinny's 3 trophies he will be collecting this year. Stellar Sports, suck 10,000 dicks. How about that? How about that? And if you think that Madrid's dead, then you're sorely mistaken and you've never watched Madrid before. So I'm not here to talk about the Madrid game. I have rightfully taken my abuse when I do my other live shows on Wednesdays, and I will be doing a live show for Madrid tomorrow. So if you want to talk about Madrid, tune in tomorrow. Otherwise, suck 10,000 dicks. What's good, Bird? So yeah, we got Barca versus Dortmund here. It's put the Barca all day long, but they're probably going to win this match. Minus 115. They're coming with a strong lineup as well. You got Louis, you got Rafinha, you got Ramal. So yeah, one big thing that Bird and I were talking about in Discord, Gerard Martin, he likes him a lot for a yellow card. Really likes him, even though it's juiced for a single foul at minus 180. I love that as well. I tried to play it. I unfortunately don't have that market here in Michigan. Player fouls have just kind of gone with the cards, so I'll have to check BetUS. Plug BetUS. Check the link below in the description for 125% deposit match if you need an offshore book, much like I do, to bet bookings and fouls. But Gerard Martin is a great look here. He's a substitute for Blade. He's going to have to deal with Bayer, Gerasi, and Karim Adeyemi, who are all extremely pacey and will give him problems here. So like his fouls, like his cards. As I said in the preview video, I am super like Lewandowski's going for his 100th goal. You kind of got to take him for when he's going for his 100th goal in a Barca kit versus his old team in Dortmund. I think that Louis scores, and then they promptly sub him off. I think that being up this big on aggregate, you're going to come out, you're going to put your strongest foot forward, and you're going to try and get through 45 minutes, and then you're going to look to rest everybody and get them the fuck out of there. So I like Louis a lot to score at plus 114 versus his former club to get his 100th goal here for Barcelona. So that was something Bert and I discussed in the Discord over the weekend, and we like it. We like that narrative continuing on into the week. So appreciate you as always, Bird. Despite our disagreements on which Spanish team we support, you keep it objective and bring some good info on Barca as always. Sucking too many dicks. That's right, Flash. Good to see you. Appreciate you tuning in. Otis Gray, Lewandowski, 2+ shots on goal. I don't hate it. I was talking about this in Discord with my boy Dre and with Bird. Like I mentioned, I like Louis 2 shots on goal, especially if you can play it on Bet365 with the sub on play on. My big concern with Lewandowski and this entire Barca lineup is that they're going to play 45 minutes and they'll either score or they won't. But when you only have 45 minutes left of football to play and you're up 4-0 on aggregate and you have a super congested fixture and you have to play Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey final, and you have all these other big fixtures looming where you're trying to finish off La Liga, you have a Copa del Rey final, you're in the running for a triple, just like Madrid is, you're going to want to rest and rotate guys. So I'm very concerned with how much the front or big three here for Barcelona is going to play. And I would say 45 to 60 minutes is the max I'm expecting. So if you have Bet365 and the ability to use the sub-on play-on feature, I like that a lot. If you don't have Bet365, my big caution for you is you might only get one half out of Lewandowski. And at most, I think you get 60 minutes. I really don't see a way you're getting more than 60 minutes out of Lewandowski here. I do think he'll make use of his time, and I do think he'll capitalize. That's why I'm going to take him for a goal. But I don't think you're going to get more than 60 minutes out of Louis here. Jackpot Joey, good to see you as always. Appreciate you, my brother. What's good? DC Shadows, appreciate you. Sam Holt, I feel like I've seen you on stream before, so appreciate you. Feel like we talked baseball last summer with Josh's stuff, so appreciate you as always for tuning in. Like the under here also. 2-1 for Barca. Yeah, I kind of lean the under here too. If we go to the big board, over-under set at 3.5. I definitely like the under at -120. I don't feel like Barca is going to feel the need to put the pedal to the metal and run up the score. I know that's Hansi Flick ball. I know that's how they play. I think the subs might have a little extra pep in their step or want to show out under the bright lights on European night. But yeah, like I said, I'm really only expecting half to 60 minutes out of Louis, Rafinha, and Yamal, especially. Probably De Jong too, since he's made of glass. Probably, I don't know, Gabby will probably play, but I really liked him to get carded because he's a crybaby little bitch. And he's got maybe one of the most punchable faces in all of football. And you guys know how much I hate Rodrigo de Paul. I hate Rodrigo de Paul, and I think Gabby might have a more punchable face than RDP. So, yeah. Young Leg, did you collab with Young Gravy back in the day? No, Leg's been doing it since before Gravy. Appreciate you, Bird, as always. Great looks. Only meet riders in this chat. People crying about Mbappe's tackle. Fuck you. Rafinha goal plus Dembele goal. I definitely like that. I think you can take Rafinha for anything the fuck you want. He scored, he assisted, Look, I hate to say I'm wearing a Puta Barca shirt. Rafinha, I hate to say he's having a Ballon d'Or year. And I love that a Brazilian's doing it. I just hate that he's doing it in Barcelona, kid. He's just having a Ballon d'Or year. I fucking hate it. I really do. I really, really do. But yeah, Rafinha is just lights out right now. And no matter how much I hate Barcelona, it's hard to argue against that. And Rafinha for a goal at plus 180 is a disrespectful ass number. And Rafinha for a assist is a disrespectful ass number. It's like plus 275. So yeah, the value's there. Keep playing Rafinha. If you want to parlay Rafinha and Dembele, I really like that. Like I said, I like Barcola a lot today. I think he's going to make an impact. I think he wants to prove that that's his spot and not Doye's spot. So I see the value in Rafinha and I see the chalk for Dembele, but I really like Barcola to score or assist. So I might do a Barcola to score or assist, Rafinha to score or assist parlay. Just something I'm thinking about. Jovan Roman. Flash, appreciate you as always for tuning in, my brother. Best of luck. Hala Madrid. And I will see you Friday for our Discord, which you can check down below. We got the links there for Flash and my Discord as well. Yamal assist, I think that's a good look. I think there's a lot of value there. Lopez, I want to say it was like plus 375 when I did the video. yesterday. So I do really like a Yamal dime. If I'm going to be involved in Yamal, I think he's a better assist guy than a goal scorer. Wrong game, but Tillymans, yes. Lorenzo, no worries. We can hop back and forth between the games. It doesn't matter to me. I did say I really liked Tillymans. He got bumped up on my list. I talked about in the preview video, I was going to kind of fade away from Yori and from Matty Cash because I didn't like, some of the stuff that they set up with the counters for Villa. I think Tillymans playing the 10 here is going to be much more involved in the offense, and he's going to be going forward a lot more. He's also in charge of all the free kicks, and being down 2 goals on aggregate, you're going to have to take some chances and probably go. And he's nasty with them. He's nasty with his free kicks. So, yeah, I like him to go direct on net with a free kick here. I think the Tillymans shot on target is a good look, and I think it's like plus 165 last I checked. Because we were talking about that in Discord right before I jumped on here. So I do like Tillymans for a shot on target. Brad had a heck of a shout on Gerassi, 3 shots. He always does. Brad is the man. Appreciate you tuning in. As always, hope to collab with you again soon, my brother. Yamal assist plus Doye goal. I definitely don't hate that. Obviously, Doye is not starting, so just be cautious there. Oh, yeah. Stellar Sports. Suck a dick. 10,000 of them. I think I told you that before. Demonetize my ass, dude. I've been fucking talking like this my entire life. So you can kiss the fattest part of my ass. I wish Ramos still played for us. Dude, same. I wish Ramos... I wanted to sign Ramos because I knew we needed right back help, and Lucas Vasquez is atrocious. So anything would have been better than Lucas Vasquez because all he does is bomb up and play higher than Rodrigo, and then Rodrigo and Fetty have to cover for him. I would have taken. I'd literally take a bag of potatoes. I'd really take a bag of potatoes. Stellar Sports, just shut the fuck up, dog. I'd take a bag of potatoes over Lucas Vasquez playing right back. Like, anybody could do a better job. Flash, good luck to you. Also appreciate you, Fernando, as always. Oh, you're Jackpot Joey. Okay, for sure. Appreciate you, Jackpot Joey. Appreciate you, as always, brother. Adeyemi, shot on target, minus 115 FanDuel. Hugh, I definitely like it. My big concern is I don't know what Dortmund's doing with Adeyemi. They played him for 45 minutes and then took him off and then couldn't produce anything. He's by far the best winger they have. I think that he gets a little bit more run today because they are starting Bayer over Bino Gittins, which I don't think is a bad call. It's not that I didn't want them to get Bayer involved. It's that I think Adeyemi does a lot more for the offense. You can argue, yes, Bino Gittins did put up more shots than Adeyemi and got one on target, but they weren't the quality looks that Adeyemi's been pulling up. And we all remember that short side goal that he pulled off with his wrong foot, right? Like, Adeyemi's a fucking baller. So yeah, if I want, that's who I want to be involved in. My big concern with Adeyemi is playtime, and that's going to be up to the manager. I wish I had a better answer for you, but unfortunately, I do not manage Dortmund. So I can't control his playtime. But if you don't think he gets short subbed at halftime again, love Adeyemi's prices for shot on target, 2 shots to score or assist. I think if Dortmund gets anything out of this match, Adeyemi's probably going to be involved in it. I think other than Gerassi, he's probably the most talented player on this pitch. Oops, apologize. I keep hitting my background when I'm trying to hit the comments. It's because it's a different tab, so that's on me. Fernando, appreciate you. Why the hell isn't Ali starting? I don't know, Jovan. They have kind of fallen out of love with Ollie Watkins. He might be dealing with a perennial knock. I don't know. But it seems like Unai Emery and Aston Villa have fallen out of love with Ollie Watkins. He had a bunch of steam and momentum coming out of Euros, but hasn't necessarily lived up to the hype yet, or after last year. So we are getting about that time. We got about 15 minutes till kickoff. I still need to lock in a bunch of my bets because I came here to answer your questions, and I appreciate all of you for tuning in. I really, really do. Even the haters like Stellar Sports or whoever wanted to come in here. Yeah, Stellar Sports who wanted to come in here and talk a bunch of shit. You still watched my video, man. So I appreciate you helping monetize me. So be sure to like and subscribe at youtube.com/@Burrow772. I will be here again tomorrow around 2:15 p.m. Eastern to talk Madrid Arsenal will that come up? No. Okay. As well as Inter Bayern. So we got Madrid Arsenal, Inter Bayern tomorrow. Sign up for BetUS with my promo code down below. You get 125% deposit match. That's where I'll be taking my cards and or fouls bets here shortly. Follow me on social media at Burrow77, Twitter, Instagram, X, the whole 9 yards. And then be sure to check out the links down below for the Discord that I do with Flash, as well as my own. And any other ways you might want to get involved and support. Biggest thing you can do is subscribe here on YouTube. It costs you absolutely nothing. It helps me out immensely. So please, please, please like and subscribe on YouTube. We will be back tomorrow afternoon, right around 2:15, like I was saying. So unless there's any other final questions, comments, or concerns, I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. I'm going to lock in my bets, post them on Discord, and try and tweet a couple out here before we get rolling. So appreciate you all as always. Good luck. Who do I like for a shot on target in the PSG game? No worries here. Street cred. I really like Morgan Rogers, -110 on DraftKings. I already have that locked in. I'm going to play Yori Tillemans, number 8 here for Aston Villa. I am going to play Vitania in the midfield for PSG, and I'm going to play Hakimi. Those are the 3 guys I like that are all -110 or better. So I'm strictly talking guys that are -110, +100, +150, numbers like that. I think Barcola, Dembele, or Kvaratskhelia are all guys who make a nice parlay piece. I think Rashford makes a nice parlay piece. So hope that answers your question. Appreciate you guys, as always, for tuning in. Please be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. And as always, I look forward to seeing you at the window. So until tomorrow, Oaks out. Doses. We outside.